ASUN Commissioner Ted Gumbart here, and welcome to the 2020 Spring Awards Program. We're here to honor those that have had outstanding levels of accomplishment, achievement, and service throughout their year or their career with the ASUN. This is normally something we do at our spring meeting. We have a dinner and a banquet and present these awards. So if you're joining us tonight, or it's this afternoon, or you're watching it in the morning, imagine you just finished a wonderful dinner. You had a great steak, or fish, or chicken, or a vegetarian dish. So now we're ready for dessert, and we're ready to honor a few people. And what we normally do, and who's not yearning for a little normal, is we recognize some people and welcome some new folks. So I would like to recognize some folks and begin with students first. So the students we want to recognize, two in particular that served the SAC for the ASUN. And Amanda Carroll from FGCU, volleyball player, was our NCAA delegate. And we want to thank her for being part of our ASUN governing activity and also for participating with the NCAA. So Amanda, we're certainly glad to have you as part of our spring honoring program, and thank you for all you've done as an ASUN student athlete. We'd also like to thank Ahmed Amar. Ahmed's been the chair of the ASUN SAC this year, and we'd like to thank him. From Lipscomb University, a track and field student athlete, and Ahmed, we met when you were on crutches at North Alabama more than a year ago. And it's been a pleasure working with you. So to Amanda and Ahmed, thank you for all you've done for ASUN and the ASUN SAC. We'd also like to welcome the new officers this year. SAC has elected new officers, and we'd like to congratulate Ari Beck. He's a cross-country runner from Stetson, and he'll be our new chair. So Ari, welcome and congratulations. Our new vice chair is Courtney Van Loo from Florida Gulf Coast University, a volleyball and beach volleyball player, and we thank her for her service as social media director, a position she's going to continue with, but she's the vice chair for the coming year. So Courtney, congratulations. We look forward to working with you in greater engagement with the governance of the ASUN. And the third officer for next year's ASUN SAC is the secretary, and we'd like to congratulate Michaela Dungan. She's from NJIT, volleyball player, and actually has been featured in the Beam series already. So I know she knows a lot about what we're doing at the ASUN to promote SAC, to promote the outstanding activities of our student athletes, and promote the very best experience possible for ASUN student athletes. So congratulations to our new officers, and we welcome you to the ASUN Governance Forum. Another thing we normally do, if we were in a regular setting, is to welcome those that are new to the spring meeting. And those are delegates that have not participated with us at a spring meeting previously. So we've done the student athletes. We'd like to recognize a set of new delegates, and that's from our newest member, Bellarmine University from Louisville, Kentucky. Bellarmine. Come on, let's say it together 3 times. Bellarmine. 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 Now you got it. So let's welcome our delegates from our newest ASUN member, Bellarmine University, beginning with the SWA, Pam Stackhouse. Pam, welcome to the SWA group and welcome to the ASUN. We're glad to have you on board. Next, Dr. J, the faculty athletics rep. Ann Jerkovsky has been the FAR as long as anyone there remembers, but she's so young. How could she have done it that long? Dr. J does a great job. We're proud to have her on the FAR committee. Their AD, Scott Wiegand. Scott, glad to have you on board and proud to call you a teammate. And the President's Council member coming on board, Susan Donovan, great visionary leader for Bellarmine, and we think she has impeccable taste in choosing conferences and evaluating the best place to be. So we are proud that the ASUN is going to be 10 teams strong moving into 2021. welcome to the Bellarmine delegates. An additional item we like to do at the beginning of these ceremonies is to thank those that are concluding their service, either with the Management Committee or the SAC or the President's Council. And those delegates meet, and we like to recognize those that are concluding their term, and mostly we're glad that it's in retirement, a voluntary decision that these two delegates have chosen to conclude their careers, and we want to wish them the very best. So we have a little token to present. And let's begin with Dr. Lynn Garner from Lipscomb University. And we are going to hear from Philip Hutchison, the AD, presenting her with a little plaque.
Well, it is my honor to, even if it's virtually, to recognize Dr. G and just to thank her not only on behalf of the ASUN, but certainly more importantly on behalf of Lipscomb, and even beyond that personally, for the privilege of being able to get to work with her. I think most people have known her long enough to know that she was a very accomplished English professor. She and I came in pretty close to the same time at Lipscomb. I came in as a student, and she came in teaching as a very young teacher, I think, at that point. And but she came in, and she certainly has the head part of it down. Was a very accomplished professor. She was the interim chair for a little while of the English department in 2008 when they were looking for a new athletic director. She served as the interim at that point as well, and has continued to lead in different ways with Alpha Chi, and then with our SAC, of course, she's continued to do that, and then as our SWA as well. And so certainly there's a long list of awards and accomplishments and abilities she's demonstrated from the head, but what I am really most thankful for is the heart part of it with Dr. G. It's amazing to me how many athletes that we have come back and visit, and the way our offices are, they'll kind of a lot of times stop and say hello to me, but then they'll say, "Have you seen Dr. G?" And they'll want to find her. And I think that's a real testimony just to the relationships that she's developed with not just our staff, but our student athletes as well. And that's really what's most important ultimately. Certainly we can teach them how to, hit a ball or diagram a sentence, but hopefully what we're doing is making a difference for the rest of their lives. And she has certainly done that. So it's my honor and privilege to be able to thank her on behalf of Lipscomb and the ASUN for what all she has done. It's personally been a real treat to get to work with her, and I've appreciated just being able to get to call her my friend over the past several years, and certainly continue to do that. And as I say to anyone who leaves for other opportunities or just retires or whatever, I tell them, well, it's never goodbye, but just see you later. And so same thing for Dr. G. I hope it's just see you later for her too, and just want to any honors and recognition she receives here, she's earned, and just couldn't be more thankful to call her my coworker and friend.
Yes, I'm very, very grateful, to the ASUN, for giving me this award. I'm grateful to Philip for all the support that he's given me, especially for our friendship. Like he said, I've known him for a long, long time. First when he was a student and a student athlete, but I've had the joy of working with him as a colleague. I've been very, very blessed in my work with the SAC. That's been one of the greatest joys of my athletic career, and I've loved working with the ASUN conference, the quality people across the board, and I'm really going to miss the times that I get to interact with people personally from the ASUN. But I plan on if I move to Georgia, I'll be going to athletic events down there, and I hope to see everybody through that. So I'm very, very appreciative. Thank you.
Our second delegate that we want to recognize as concluding her formal service with the President's Council is Dr. Wendy Libby from Stetson University. And Dr. Libby is going to stay engaged with the ASUN. She's going to serve one more year on the NCAA President's Forum. And that is the one body where every conference has a president, and she's been an officer as a vice chair of that group this year. And we look forward to having her stay engaged with our meetings as the President's Forum delegate. But she is concluding her service as the president of Stetson University. And we want to have Jeff Altier, their athletics director, make a presentation to Dr. Libby.
It's with great pleasure tonight that I have an opportunity to present to Stetson's president, Dr. Wendy Libby, an honorary presidential retirement award. 11 years ago, Dr. Libby joined us in the ASUN and also at Stetson University as Stetson's first woman president. What an exciting time for the university, an exciting time for me personally. As in our first meeting, she told me that she knew nothing about athletics and I could do whatever I wanted. That was not necessarily true. In either case, she has proven to be a tremendous president and a great advocate for athletics at Stetson, within the ASUN and within the NCAA governance structure. She quickly learned what she reportedly did not know when she started, and now is one of the leading experts, at least on our campus, as to what is happening in the trends in intercollegiate athletics and how that affects a campus on a much larger scale. She is going to be missed, though she's not going to go far away, because I believe she's going to have the title of President Emeritus going into next year. And I look forward to working with her and seeing both her and her husband, Richard, socially and around campus into the next year. But either way, tonight, I want to thank Dr. Wendy Libby for her presidency at Stetson and present her with this presidential honorary retirement plaque.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you to the ASUN. And I didn't realize that I had to retire in order to get this award, but I think I'm glad that that's the case. I'll also say that I didn't know nothing about sports. I knew close to nothing about one. I knew a lot about NAIA and D3 from the NCAA. And so when I was interviewed, one of the questions I was asked is whether I would support Division I sports. Of course, I said yes. I had no idea what I was talking about. But between Stetson alum Ted Gumbart and Stetson alum Jeff Altier, I have learned a ton. And it has, in fact, been one of the most fun things, although sometimes one of the most combative things that I have done on campus. But I will say that the opportunity to support our 400 D1 athletes, both in the ASUN and in the other conferences in which we compete, has been a real joy to me, because I have learned firsthand the value not just of the competition, but of the leadership and teamwork that high-quality college athletics provides. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful to all of the presidents and people at the ASUN with whom I've worked. It's been a learning experience, but it's been a real treat to contribute to the ASUN in this important time for our student athletes.
We'd like to award this year's ASUN Beam Awards. This is something we started a year ago, and it's a special award. There's not any particular criteria, but since we call it the Beam Award, it's basically based on 3 of our beams. Students First is number 1, and students comprise the teams we're honoring. But the Rise, Connect, and Impact. What program deserves recognition for doing something through those 3 beams that maybe's never been done before? So it's something that honors a program or a department or a team that accomplished something that in the ASUN has never happened before. So we look forward to honoring 3 Beam Award winners this spring. Our first Beam Award this spring will be awarded to Jacksonville University, and it's going to go to their track and field program. To hear a little bit about what they've done and why they deserve to be recognized with an ASUN Beam Award, let's hear from Athletics Director Alex Ricker-Gilbert, who will be presenting to head coach Ron Grigg.
I am so thrilled to present this ASUN Beam Award for 10 straight championships to our women's track and field program led by head coach Ron Grigg. There is no better example of what we try to do here at Jacksonville University and the type of student athlete we try to recruit and represent us than those that are in Ron Grigg's program, those that have been in Ron Grigg's program. So there is nobody and no program at this university, and I would say at any university in the Southeast, that deserves an award like this more than Ron Grigg and his track and field program and what they've accomplished in our history and how they've represented Jacksonville University. So congratulations, Ron.
Thank you. We can shake hands with
I was just about to do.
Thank you. Head coaches often receive awards, but we receive awards because of the hard work of student athletes. And we receive awards because of the support of great assistant coaches and the support of an athletic department in the university. And I've been really fortunate in my time to have a history of wonderful women who have come and competed for Jacksonville University, who set a culture of winning, a culture that we hope to get back to soon. I've had great assistant coaches. Bambi Carson was my first full-time assistant coach and was with me for the entire time of this championship run and now works for university administration. Great athletic directors, past and present, Alan Verlander at the time and Alex Ricker-Gilbert now. Senior Associate Athletic Director Dave Faraday, who was my running partner and also the direct supervisor of our program. And our past president, Terry Romsberg, and current president, Tim Cost, all have been part of the support that's gone into to creating a culture of winning. And that's what I'm most proud of, is having women come in the program, strive for individual personal bests, and have that collectively elevate our program and our team.
Our second Beam Award this spring will be awarded to the University of North Florida, specifically their men's golf program. And they did something that no other program in the ASUN has ever done. And it's a string that it took a COVID-19 virus to interrupt. So the string we're going to honor is intact. It's just on pause. But to hear more about this, let's hear from North Florida's Athletics Director Lee Moon, presenting the award to head coach Scott Schroeder.
On behalf of the ASUN Conference, it's my privilege to present the ASUN Beam Award to the University of North Florida men's golf program and to head coach Scott Schroeder for the accomplishment of having 10 straight seasons to where they competed in the NCAA regional championships. We're extremely proud of this honor, and we look forward to many, many years to come. Coach Schroeder, congratulations.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you very much. I have a lot of people to thank real quick. We've been fortunate over the last 10 years to have many different student athletes that have helped us accomplish this goal. When I took over the program almost 14 years ago now, the goal was to make the NCAA finals. We've been fortunate to do that 5 times in the last 10 years. And there's a lot of donors, Mr. John Haight and many others that have helped us in supporting our program. And we look forward to hopefully trying to accomplish this for 10 more years.
Our third and final Beam Award this spring goes to Kennesaw State and their track and field program. And it's a very special honor because it's a first. And no matter how many times a program or a team may accomplish this feat, there's only one first. So let's honor a national title. So NCAA championship honors as earned by the Kennesaw State track and field program. Let's hear from AD Milton Overton as he presents the Beam Award to Coach Cale McDaniel.
This is a obviously a tremendous honor for Kennesaw State in particular, and I wanted to thank Commissioner Gumbard and as well as you, Olivia, for the great work you guys are doing in ASUN. So, we were received in the mail, because we're obviously going through this virus scare, this tremendous, most spectacular trophy that I've ever seen in my entire life. I've been in athletics 26 years. And so for, on behalf of Kennesaw State and obviously, Coach McDaniel, what you've done is tremendous. You're the first to have an NCAA champion, in the conference. And so congratulations to you and our track team for this KSU Track and Field Beam Award.
Thank you, Milton. Thank you, Olivia, so much. Thank you, ASUN. This is a really, really cool award. Daniel was obviously a fantastic athlete. We were really lucky to bring him on board. Can't say enough about what he did. And we're so excited to see where he goes in the future. And obviously, see something like this, see how much recognition it's gotten. It's really, really special to all of us at KSU. And just can't say thank you enough for taking the time to create that recognition for us. So thank you so much. And I know Daniel's really excited about it too.
I want to say one other thing. This will not be KSU's last. So we're coming for you.
Better not be.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you guys. This is
thank you.
Fantastic because you all are able to do this, in a remote way. So sometimes you decide to shut things down completely, when you have adversity. That's not what the ASUN chose to do. The ASUN chose to keep things moving. And, even throughout a crisis, we could recognize greatness and recognize championships. And so thank you guys for your flexibility, and willingness to do this.
We'd like to continue with an individual honor that we began a year ago. And what it's meant to do is honor someone who's given more than their fair share of time, effort, and care to the ongoing growth and progress of the ASUN Conference. Our next honoree in the Stellar Service category is an athletics director. And it's the Dean of the ASUN Athletic Directors, the longest serving AD in the ASUN. And we would like to have Dr. Wendy Libby, President at Stetson University, present the honor to Athletics Director Jeff Altier.
Well, as you heard earlier in the program, it was through the tutelage of Jeff Altier that I really learned a lot about Division I athletics. I learned about the value of service to our ASUN conference and to the NCAA, and I learned about the importance of raising up our athletes in our athletics program across the campus. And so it gives me great honor today to give Jeff the ASUN Stellar Service Award. I can't imagine who would be more worthy of it. Jeff, he knows everything there is to know about D1 athletics, and our Board of Trustees appreciates that about him. They trust him. They trust his judgment. The senior team here on campus finds him a really valued colleague, and I know the great respect he's held in within the conference. I'd also say that he's about to hit the pinnacle of his career by being the national chairperson for men's baseball competition. And I can't imagine anything that is more of an honor for him or that speaks more to his talent and his love of sport. So with that, let me just thank him for what he's done for ASUN and for Stetson and for all our colleague institutions by giving Jeff the ASUN Stellar Service honor for this year.
I have to tell you that I am deeply appreciative of this award, and that it really is something that means a great deal to me. When you get a chance to hear from colleagues and from people that you work with on a daily basis that you are appreciated, there's nothing more rewarding than knowing you're part of a team and being part of a team, whether that's here at Stetson and getting that tremendous opportunity to work with the leadership here, and led by Dr. Libby, to take us to new heights we've never been to before, or part of the ASUN conference where I get a chance to interact with my colleagues and you sitting in listening to this presentation. That is probably the most rewarding plaque that I think I could get and put on my wall standing next to me. I'm excited about this, and I appreciate the recognition and certainly the kind words from Dr. Libby. And I just look forward to us navigating these years to come and understanding what intercollegiate athletics is going to be about as we progress forward. Again, thank you, Dr. Libby, for those kind words, and the ASUN conference for your recognition.
We'd like to continue our 2020 Spring honorees on this program with the Tom Bolello Award. The Bolello Award is given whenever a student is worthy of receiving it. It's not every year, but when we have a chance, we're proud to present the Bolello Award, which goes to a student athlete who has done outstanding service to their university, to their SAC, and to the ASUN SAC. Let's honor Amanda Carroll as she receives an award from Athletics Director at Florida Gulf Coast University, Ken Cavanaugh.
Amanda, I'm very honored on behalf of not only FGCU Athletics and Dr. Martin, the entire FGCU campus, but the ASUN conference to be a part of recognizing you for your just outstanding 5-year career as a student athlete. Our first ever Eagles Council member for 5 years, representing doing things on a local basis. It was of no surprise to see you get involved on a larger scale and not only be a part of the ASUN SAC, but then be elected president and then to represent us the last 2 years at the NCAA conference. So with all that being said, just another opportunity to recognize you with an honor. I have here the Tom Bolello ASUN Student Athlete Leadership Award to recognize your contributions and just a small token of appreciation and thanks from everybody involved with the ASUN.
Oh, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you to everyone that has helped me along the way, especially FGCU and ASUN staff. Thank you guys.
We're moving on with our individual honors and our Spring Honors Award program. And now we're going to do the Postgraduate Scholarship Award winners. And this is not just for a piece of hardware. This is for $5,000, $5,000 to support them in their postgraduate studies. Our first honoree is from Jacksonville University, a cross-country runner, Alex Turnock. And let's see him get that presentation from his academic advisor, Angela DiMarino.
Alex was a very easy nomination for us. He maintains a 3.940 GPA. To be quite honest, I think Alex is only ever in my office when there's an exception, right, Alex? I think only a couple times throughout his years there, he's so on point and so on the ball with the things that he needs to do. He was an easy nomination, meeting the academic and the athletic and also the community portion because he's very involved in his community. He volunteers as a coach at Bowles on their track and field program. He's helped coordinate some racing events. He also volunteers in his church and does counseling for the youth program during the summer. So in taking all of those items into context, he was a very, very easy nomination for us because he is such a great, well-rounded student. And he's going to be a fantastic physical therapist in the future.
To be honest, like this is an award I've actually really wanted since I first heard about it as a freshman. I heard that only one person at that point, until Brittany won it last year, that only one person from JU had ever won it. And I was like, I want to be the first guy to get this award from JU. So it's kind of been a thing I've wanted for a very long time. And I really appreciate everything Angela said and that everything my coaches and teachers have done for me at JU. It's been a lot of work over the years, so I really appreciate getting an award for it. It feels really nice.
Our second honoree as a Postgraduate Scholarship Award winner, and that $5,000 check helping her with her postgraduate studies, goes to a women's soccer player from the University of North Florida. So let's see Emily Kesterson get her honor as presented by the UNF faculty athletics representative, Jennifer Kane.
We are very excited that Emily was selected as the winner of the ASUN Postgraduate Scholarship Award. Before I present Emily with this award, I'd like to share a few things that others have to say about her. I'm going to start with Senior Women's Administrator Donna Kirk. And Donna says that Emily is a tremendous ambassador for the women's soccer program, as well as the UNF athletics department. She contributed to the positive culture of the team with a positive attitude. She is very deserving of this award in her pursuit of physical therapy school. Next, I will go to Jenny Barth, our Assistant Athletic Director, who says that Emily is the epitome of all that a student athlete should be. She represents herself and the UNF Athletics Department very well. She's the first person I thought of when thinking of nominees for this award. Since Emily's freshman year, she has always been focused on attending physical therapy school, and this scholarship will help her make those dreams come true. I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to get to know her and know that she will have a great impact on many others as she continues on her career to become a physical therapist. Emily's coach, Eric Faulkner, says that in his 20 years of coaching, Emily is the most impressive student athlete that he has encountered. She's been a key contributor on the field for the Ospreys and is an excellent student in the classroom. So Emily, you have an impressive athletic and academic record, and we're very proud of all that you've accomplished and know that you will continue to accomplish great things. So it is my honor to present you with this award today, the ASUN Postgraduate Scholarship Award, and wish you congratulations and best of luck in your future.
Thank you so much. I am sincerely honored to be the recipient of the ASUN Postgraduate Scholarship Award, and I thank the ASUN Conference for this generous scholarship. By awarding me the scholarship, you have reduced my financial burden, which will allow me to focus on learning as I pursue my continued education to become a doctor of physical therapy. I would like to thank Mrs. Barth for nominating me, my coaches, professors, physical therapists, and trainers for your letters of recommendation and who have inspired me to continue to pursue my dreams. Most of all, I want to thank the ASUN Conference for your generous gift and your investment in student athletes. Thank you.
We're ready to close the program this evening with the final honorees, the male and female ASUN Student Athlete of the Year. We have a tremendous set of nominees, and we're going to run those down for you as finalists in just a moment. But we want to let you know that we're going to be able to hear from the winner in both the male and the female category, and we look forward to hearing from them shortly. But now, let's take a look at the finalists. Among the finalists for the female ASUN Conference Student Athlete of the Year, we have a graduate student who's majoring in educational leadership, women's basketball player from Florida Gulf Coast University, Carrie Jewett-Giles. Our next nominee for the female Student Athlete of the Year is a junior marketing major with a concentration in professional sales and consumer goods marketing. Lacrosse player, Jennifer Kinsey. Our next nominee for the female Student Athlete of the Year is from Kennesaw State. She's a women's basketball player and a psychology major, Carlotta Gianola. Our next nominee for the ASUN Female Student Athlete of the Year is a senior business administration major, focusing in digital marketing and advertising, from Liberty University, women's soccer player, Gabby Farrell. Our next nominee is a women's soccer player from Lipscomb University. She's a senior and an exercise science major, Olivia Doak. Our next nominee for the ASUN Female Student Athlete of the Year is a science major who's focused on technology and society, a women's basketball player, senior from NJIT, Danielle Tunstall. Our next nominee for the Female Student Athlete of the Year is a criminal justice major from North Alabama, a senior on the women's basketball team, Ivy Wallen. Our next finalist is from North Florida. She's a senior and she majors in interdisciplinary studies and she plays women's basketball. Let's congratulate finalist Jazz Bond. And our last finalist for the ASUN Female Student Athlete of the Year is from Stetson University. She is a sociology major, a senior, and a beach volleyball performer.
Suni Helen Hansen.
And our Student Athlete of the Year in the ASUN Conference for 2019-20 on the female side. Let's hear from her now.
Thank you so much for naming me as the ASUN Female Athlete of the Year. I have just loved my experience playing the ASUN, and this award just caps off just an incredibly special time in my life. So I'm just so honored. I just want to thank my teammates and coaches. You guys have just been it all for me. You guys have just loved me and believed in me and supported me, and you've also made it so much fun. The past 4 years were just incredible. So I love you guys and just thank you. You guys have each impacted and shaped my life in such unique ways, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you to Dr. G, Hutch, and Dr. Johnson just for nominating me for this award, and to the rest of the Lipscomb Athletic Department. You guys lead and love us so well, and I'm just so grateful for all of you and all that you do. Thank you to the ASUN just for giving me this award. There's so many amazing players in so many different sports, and so I'm just honored to represent you guys, and you guys have just given me and so many others just amazing memories that we'll hold on to for forever. So I'm just so honored and just so appreciative of the past 4 years and for this award. Thank you, and go Bisons!
List of nominees for the Male Student Athlete of the Year from Jacksonville University, senior cross-country runner and kinesiology major, Alex Turnock. From Kennesaw State, a biology and pre-med major, baseball player, Tyler Simon. From Liberty University, a senior mechanical engineering major, men's basketball player, Scottie James. From Lipscomb University, senior exercise science major, men's cross country and track and field star, Brent Lieber. From NJIT, a business and financial technologies major, men's soccer player, Rene White. An international business major from the University of North Florida, men's basketball player, Wajid Aminu. And our final nominee, the finalist from Stetson University, health sciences major and a men's soccer performer, Ian McCauley. So from that great set of nominations on the men's side, let's hear from our winner. And I won't even let you know who it's going to be. Let's go to the screen.
Thank you so much for just giving me this opportunity to accept this award. I just want to give a shout out to all the other nominees for this award. There's so many talented athletes in the ASUN, and there were so many athletes deserving of this award. I also want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ just for giving me the opportunity to come back and run after 2 years of not being able to do it. Just everything this year was a blessing just to be able to go out there and compete. So I can't thank him enough. I also want to thank Coach Polk and the rest of the coaching staff, Coach Mason, Coach Holmes, Coach Evans, Coach Bai, just for all that they've done helping our team and our athletes at Lipscomb develop into the people that we want to be. I cannot say this without thanking my teammates. Yes, there's so many people that have just been rock solid in my life, and I couldn't go through college without their support and their love, and I've made so many friendships with all of them, so huge shout out to my teammates. And I also want to thank our athletic director, Philip Hutchison, just for the incredible opportunities he's given all the athletes to compete at Lipscomb, and just the resources we have and just all the support we have. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Olivia Doak as well for winning Female Athlete of the Year, also from Lipscomb. Horns up, and just stay safe out there, everybody. We're going to get through this quarantine and can't wait to be back out there competing. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our 2020 Spring Honors Program. while somewhat disappointing we couldn't gather in person to enjoy a meal, fellowship, and just the celebration of honoring these great programs, student athletes, and institutions, we hope that you enjoyed this virtual video presentation and share it with anyone you think would enjoy looking at it. Again, thanks again for being part of the ASUN conference, and we look forward to moving ahead with the ASUN beams of students first, rise, connect, and impact. Good night.